Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Radha Rasi Hari Radha Rasi Hari Radhe. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य सतसत श्रीमदेसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य सतसत श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की। नमाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्रीद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंडगिरी गोवर्धन की। वृंदावन धाम की, मथुरा धाम की, मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, गंगामय की, यमुनामय की, श्री श्री राधा रास बिहारी ललिता विशाखा की, श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण की, श्री श्री गौर निताय की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की। All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, text number 9. Dharmasya hi āpavargyasya nārtho rthāyopakalpate nārthasya dharmaikāntasya kāmo lābhāya hi smṛtaḥ. 1.2.9 First Canto, Second Chapter, 9th verse. मिला सबको? धर्मस्या हि āpavargyasya nārtho rthāyopakalpate nārthasya dharmaikāntasya kāmo lābhāya hi smṛtaḥ. Dharmasya hi āpavargyasya nārtho rthāyopakalpate nārthasya dharmaikāntasya kāmo lābhāya hi smṛtaḥ. Ladies, Mataji's. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Srila Prabhupada. All occupational engagements are certainly meant for ultimate liberation. They should never be performed for material gain. Furthermore, according to sages, one who is engaged in the ultimate occupational service should never use material gain to cultivate sense gratification. Purport. We have already discussed that pure devotional service to the Lord is automatically followed by perfect knowledge and detachment from material existence. But there are others who consider that all kinds of different occupation engagements, including those of religion, are meant for material gain. The general tendency of any ordinary man in any part of the world is to gain some material profit in exchange for religion or any other occupational service. Even in the Vedic literatures, for all sorts of religious performances, an allurement of material gain is offered, and most people are attracted by such allurements or blessings of religiosity. Why are such so-called men of religion allured by material gain? Because material gain can enable one to fulfill desires, which in turn satisfies sense gratification. This cycle of occupational engagements includes so-called religiosity, followed by material gain, and material gain followed by fulfillment of desires. Sense gratification is the general way for all sorts of fully occupied men. But in the statement of Sutta Goswami, as per the verdict of the Srimad Bhagavatam, this is nullified by the present shloka. One should not engage himself in any sort of occupation service for material gain only, nor should material gain be utilized for sense gratification. How material gain should be utilized is described as follows. Om ajnanatimrindasya jnananjanasalakaya chakshurunmilitam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. शंकर को बोलो मेरा ऑफिस से वाटर बॉटल ले गया. हरे कृष्णा. फोन्स बंद कीजिए. किसका है फोन बंद? So, last week we were discussing how by performing devotional service, we naturally develop attachment, detachment and knowledge. So now in this verse, we are, Sutta Goswami is saying, dharmasya āpavargyasya, nārtho rthāyopakalpate, nārthasya dharmaikāntasya, kāmo smṛtaḥ. What is dharma? What is dharma? What is dharma? That is karma, na? Bolo, Dwarka Prasad, what is dharma? Yeah, but what is dharma? What is the definition of dharma? No. Huh? What is Prabhupada said? I don't translate the word dharma into religion, right? The nature characteristic of a thing, without which it cannot exist, right? Just like, yeah, and the dharma of salt is to be salty. So salt cannot exist being salty. In the same way, dharma of a living entity is to serve, render service. So right now we are rendering service to senses, material masters, but our original dharma is to serve Krishna, right? In India, all of you must have heard dharma, artha, kāma, moksha, right? Dharma, artha, kāma, moksha. So what is the meaning? Many people, they have this misunderstanding that dharma is performed initially, and then you get artha. Artha means money. Then with that money you enjoy, right? Then in the end you do some meditation and all, you will get moksha. That is the common understanding of dharma, artha, kāma, moksha. But actually that is not the meaning. Dharma, you perform dharma, then you get artha, right? So you don't use that artha for sense gratification. You use that artha for dharma, for performing more dharma, right? Kāma is also for dharma only. Kāma is used for producing Krishna conscious children. That is also dharma, right? So take out that understanding that the dharma is meant for artha, artha is meant for kāma, and then so nobody cares for moksha, right? Suppose I take 12 inches length long thread, right? So you for making 3 inches a piece, how many pieces I have to cut? Huh? How? Huh? Yeah? How many are saying 4? Huh? Right? 3 only, right? You cut 3 pieces, then 4th piece, like that. In the same way, you follow dharma, then according to dharma, you use artha for dharma, then you use for kāma for dharma, then you will get moksha, automatically you will get. Right? Ultimately, dharma should lead to moksha. So how it is possible? When you use dharma for artha, for earning artha, then you use that artha for more dharma. Then kama also for more dharma. Then automatically you will get moksha. There are 4 kinds of people: karmis, jnanis, yogis, and bhaktas. Right? So for karmis, dharma, artha, kama, moksha means like they are what general understanding usually everybody has. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Right? For jnanis, it is they know, for them dharma means control of the mind and the senses and acquiring knowledge. That is, impersonal for them. And then for yogis, dharma means yama, niyama, asana and all that. Right? For bhaktas, dharma means shravanam, kirtanam, vishnu. Right? So dharma changes according to the person, according to the time, place and circumstance. Right? That is why satyam and dharmam, these 2 things are very important. Right? So we should be attached to the satyam, then automatically dharmam also will happen. Right? In Ramayana, Ramachandra is attached to the truth, and Dasharatha Maharaj is attached to the dharma. So during the marriage ceremony of Kaikeyi, he promised that whoever takes birth, the son of Kaikeyi, I will make him king. It happened, it passed, so many years have passed. Everybody has forgotten also, even Kaikeyi also has forgotten. Right? But Sumantra knew, Dasharatha Maharaj knew, like that. So Lord Ramchandra came to know, but he didn't reveal that he knew it. So when Dasharatha Maharaj announced that Rama will become king, everybody is happy. In the night, Dasharatha Maharaj again called Ramchandra, and he spoke about Rajdharma and all that. Then he requested him, ordered him to practice brahmacharya for that night. So Dasharatha Maharaj, he was very, very hesitant because it is pricking him that I am supposed to make Bharat. That is why he purposefully told that don't inform Bharat. So Bharat and Kaikeyi, father and all, they were not invited for Raja Abhishek of Ramchandra. Purposefully. Everybody assembled, but from Afghanistan nobody came. Kaikeyi Desh nobody came. Why? Because he wanted. So Ramchandra kept quiet because he knew it. Because Rajabhishek is not going to happen because Bharat is supposed to become king. Like that. The thought process of Dasharatha Maharaj was that dharma is more important because right now, even though I have promised that Bharat will become king, but considering the time, place and circumstance, Rama is more popular and is more eligible to become king than Bharat. So maybe I have promised, but it is not very important. It's not very important. So I will make Ramchandra king, and then everything will be adjusted. So that was the thought process of Dasharatha Maharaj. The thought process of Ramchandra was truthfulness. That's why he kept quiet, because he knew that Rajabhishek is not going to happen, because that is not the truth, because he is breaking the truth. Like that. So, that is very, so dharma and satyam and dharma, among these two, satyam is more important. We should follow satyam. And then dharma changes according to time, place and circumstance. I will give another definition of dharma. And then there is something called dharma and niti. Anybody knows what is the difference between niti and dharma? Niti and dharma, these two words are very, niti means morality. Yeah. So niti is meant for happiness in this present life. Right? Happiness in this present life. Dharma is meant for happiness in future life. Right? So that is why many people, they say, "Arey, I am following everything perfectly. I am not getting the result." No, you will get the result for in your next life. So niti is required, just like for anybody. Suppose you want to be happy, then you must be honest. Suppose if you are corrupt and all, if you are caught, then you may go to jail. Right? Like for a husband and wife relationship, both should be faithful to each other. That is niti. If you break that principle, then there will be divorce and so much unrest. Right? So niti is meant for happiness in this present life. Dharma is meant for happiness in the future life and liberation also in future. Right? Dharma should ultimately lead to renunciation. Then that is real dharma. Yeah, are you understanding? Another aspect, another meaning of dharma I will tell you. Dharma, a real dharma is, Krishna prema, means dharma means constant remembrance of Krishna. You can try. You can keep a clock, and then stopwatch, and then count for 12 seconds. Right? For 12 seconds, you think about Krishna without getting any other thought. You can try. The nature of the mind is to change the topic of thought process. So it is mentioned that every 12 seconds we keep we change the topic of our thought process, smrana. Every 12 seconds. Right? According to some experts, if you think about Krishna in 3 cycles, that is 12 seconds, 12 seconds, 12, that is 36 seconds. Right? That means you have some Krishna prema. You try. You have Krishna prema or not? 12 seconds continuously, you should not get any other thought. What is actually, like today morning, somebody asked, what is Krishna prema and all that? So Krishna prema means constant remembrance of Krishna, and not that you like Krishna, that is why you think about Krishna, but you like the very process of Krishna smarana, that is prema. Not the you understand? You like the you like the very process, not that you like Krishna then you think about Krishna. No, you like that process of thinking about Krishna. So that is Krishna prema. So that is real dharma. Dharma means, Ayek, what are you hesitating? Huh? You can try. You should reach a stage where for 36 seconds. Yeah, only Krishna. You should not get any other thought except Krishna. That is dharma, right? Various, now I told you various definitions of dharma, right? The first definition is yeah. Inherent first is, anyway, so then according to the person, dharma changes. For karmi, right? Practice, performing religious activities, then artha and all that. Then for a jnani, control of the mind and the senses. And then for yogi, yama niyama and all that. For a devotee, shravanam kirtanam Vishnu. So another definition of dharma is happiness. You perform activities which gives you happiness in the next life. So what is niti? Niti means morality. You need this for happiness in this present life, right? Then ultimate definition of dharma is constant constant remembrance of Krishna. Vatsalsa, understanding? Dharma. So many people, they keep on asking, why I am unhappy, why so much suffering is happening? Because in your last life you didn't follow dharma, right? And then nothing can be done about it. If somebody is not happy in this life, nothing can be done about it unless they are completely surrendered to Krishna. People don't understand that. Only Krishna can. There are many social welfare organizations trying to alleviate the sufferings of people. But Prabhupada raised this question in 7th Canto 9th chapter that scientists, philosophers, politicians, all leaders, they all should accept that they have failed to alleviate the sufferings of people, by their various methods, even though they have good intentions, because you cannot change somebody's destiny by doing good work, right? So if you want that people should be happy, then what you have to remove their karma, their prarabdha karma. So that is possible only by serving Krishna. So if you want that people should be happy, if you want to do social welfare activities, so the highest social welfare activity is to make people surrender to Krishna, so that their prarabdha karma also can be changed. Their destiny can be changed by surrendering to Krishna. So that way we can make people happy. Right? Otherwise, all these supplying drugs and supplying medicines, supplying food and all, it is temporary. Prabhupada raised this question. Okay, you can actually supply some food to some people, but there are so many people who are hungry. You cannot supply food to everybody. But you just make them devotee, Krishna will supply them food. Right? मैंने हमेशा बोलता है ना, a devotee never goes hungry, unless like our Shubhangi Mataji wants to do Nirjala Ekadasi. Otherwise, Jayadvaita Maharaj says, on Ekadasi we have a big feast, fruit salad. In Brahmacharya Ashram, we look forward to Ekadasi because they serve fruit salad. Cooked in mawa, they prepare mawa in the day before, and then they put the fruits in the mawa. Very tasty, Otherwise, somebody, a devotee may want to go voluntarily, hungry, but otherwise, a devotee never, Krishna supplies to them, right? So, there are, when we preach, we should preach the highest philosophy. So that is why here in this verse, it is specifically mentioned that you should not use dharma for sense gratification. They should never be performed for material gain. This is the highest. Right? This is the highest. I recommend very strongly if somebody wants 6th kind of Bhagavatam, there is a chapter. King Chitraketu meets the Lord. There are very wonderful. After having darshan of the Lord Shankarshana, Chitraketu Maharaj offered very wonderful prayers. You can actually read them, very interesting prayers. To people who worship demigods, they for the sense gratification, they are like pashu, animals, because whatever benedictions given by demigods, they become annihilated, because they themselves get annihilated at the end of kalpa. So he classified people who worship demigods for fulfilling material desires, as pashus. And in the next verse, he prays, my dear Lord, those devotees who worship you for material desires, ultimately they become liberated, because worshipping you for anything, it is even if it is desiring also becomes like a burnt seed, which doesn't result in planting, like that. So because you are transcendental, even if somebody worships you for fulfilling material desires, ultimately they will become liberated, because they are coming in touch with you. Right? The greatest example was Dhruva Maharaj. Right? Even though you, just like some devotees saying that Prabhuji, you people dress the deity so nicely that we come with a list of material desires. So when we see the beauty of Radha Rasa, we forget to ask. How many of you had that experience? Right? We forget. Right? So actually, even if you have strong material desires, but when we go and ask, when we go to pray to Krishna and all, then ultimately we feel disgusted. Kya puch raha hu? Right? Yeah. Right? So ultimately we should actually the worship of even if for material desires. Actually, other day I was hearing one lecture. One Sri Vaishnavacharya is saying that if anybody goes and asks Krishna for something, Krishna becomes very indebted to that person. Wow, somebody came to ask me. That is why Krishna described those people as, in the 7th chapter, as Chaturvida bhajante mam jana sukritino arjuna ārtho jijñāsur arthārthi jnāni cha bharatashaba tesham jnāni nityayukta ekabhaktir vishishyate priyo hi jnānito yatham aham sacha mama priya. Then next verse, budara sarvaivete. All these four are udara. Udara means broad-minded, magnanimous. So Krishna is saying, anybody who comes to ask me is a udara. But of these four udaras, jnani is very dear to me. Right? Why? Because artharthi, jijñāsur, and then jnani. Who is artha? Artha means somebody has lost some wealth. He wants to recover that wealth. Right? That is a artha. Right? Then artharthi is you want more wealth. Right? You want more wealth. And then jijñāsu. Who is a jijñāsu? Jijñāsu is the one who wants jnana, who wants liberation. Who is a jnani? Jnani, there is no difference at a higher level. There is no difference between jnana and bhakti, because a jnani wants Krishna. A jnani comes to Krishna. Krishna asks, what do you want? I don't want anything. But why did you come? I say, yeah. Because he wants to be with Krishna. He won't ask Krishna, you came to me, ask something. No. That is why that jnani becomes dear to me. But all are dear to Krishna, but jnani is more dear to Krishna. That is why Prabhupada said, even if you want to ask something, ask from Krishna only, right? So there is nothing. Suppose you have so much troubled by material desires, you go and ask Krishna, right? Don't feel shy, because son doesn't have to feel shy before father and mother, right? Father and mother, do you think, suppose son goes and asks, Papa, mere ko motorbike chahiye. Do you think he will be upset? Nah, if he has more money, son is asking, okay, take it. Right? That is love, right? Just like, it is very important. So, the highest philosophy is not to ask anything, but if at all you want to ask, you ask only from Krishna. But don't, eventually, just like Dhruva Maharaj, but ultimately, of course, like Chitraketu Maharaj is saying, there is a difference between a devotee who asks from Krishna, and there is a difference between a devotee doesn't ask anything from Krishna. There are level of, like that, So what is the difference? When you go and ask Krishna, Krishna will give you his energy. Right? His energy. Whatever wealth, Raja, whatever. Ajita Jita Samamatis. You can actually by heart this verse. He is offering prayer. Ajita jita samamatis sadhubir bhavan jitatmabir bhavata vijitascha yena bhajatam akama atma cha atmadaha atikaruna. It's a very wonderful prayer. Prabhupada wrote very wonderful purport. This is from 6th canto. You can go and read. So I'll just paraphrase some of the purports, points. So Maharaj Chitraketu is saying that, my dear Lord, those who control their mind and senses, and those who have some equality, equanimity, sameness to all living entities, such a person, he can conquer you. Such a person, he can conquer you. And after conquering you, when they worship you, akama atma means without any material desires, then, my dear Lord, you give yourself to those devotees. Atmada atikaruna. Right? Atikaruna. So because of you are so merciful, you give. So there is a difference between those devotees who ask something and those devotees who conquer material desires. Right? Is it? Very good. So very interesting purport. So Prabhupada writes that a devotee conquers Krishna, and then Krishna conquers devotees. When Krishna plays flute, all the gopis, they throng to Krishna. That's how Krishna conquered devotees. And then devotee conquers Krishna. So, the devotee, whenever devotees call and all, Krishna comes running. Right? So, it is mutual. Yeah? It's a Krishna conquers devotees, and then devotees conquer Krishna. Manasa vacha karmana, Krishna, devotees think about Krishna, devotees work for Krishna, and devotees speak about Krishna. Right? And then it applies to Krishna also. Krishna thinks about his devotees. Krishna speaks about his devotees. And then Krishna works for devotees. This is both the ways. Manasa vacha karmana. Right? Krishna, like that. That's how Krishna conquers devotees. And then devotees conquer Krishna. Which devotee? Which devotee? Samamatis and Jitatmabir. Remember this. Samamati and one who conquered, one who controlled mind, and then one who controlled senses. And then to such a person, what Krishna does? He gives himself. Atmada. Right? So there are various stages. You can choose, according to your consciousness. Right? There is no force. Don't be under peer pressure, so and so is not, everybody is not on the same level. So don't be unnatural devotee. If you have material desires, no problem. You go to Krishna. Right? No, you don't pretend, I have no material desires. Right? If you have material desires, no problem. You go to Krishna and then ask. Krishna likes. Because Krishna likes. Koi aaya hai mere paas. Right? But don't go to any demigods. Right? And some people, they don't want. They are above. No problem. So that, but ultimately we will reach that stage. After fulfilling desires also, Krishna, they will feel we will feel very bad, Are kya maine, going to Krishna and asking for material desires. It is just like, Krishna himself says, in 6th Canto Bhagavatam, that going to your king and asking for 101 rupee donation. The king asks, अरे जो चाहिए, जो क्या चाहिए आप पूछो, हाँ आप तो 101 रुपए दे, अरे कैसा आदमी है, right? But this is intelligence. That intelligence has to come to you naturally. Naturally. If you have material desires, no problem. Go and ask Krishna. But if you have intelligence, pray to Krishna. Like, anybody memorize that verse? 7th Canto Bhagavatam. Yadi dasyasi me kaman varam stvam varadar shabha kamanam hridya samroham bhavatastu prunevaram. Anybody? I told you, keep it on the mirror or somewhere. My dear Lord, if at all you want to give me any benediction, what benediction you want? Remove the desire in the core of my heart. Because we don't know what desire is there. Right? So what is dharma? So kāmasya nendriya pritir lābho jīveta yavata jīvasya tattva jiñāsa nārtho yascheha karma bihi. Life's desires should never be directed towards sense gratification. One should desire only a healthy life or self-preservation, since a human being is meant for inquiry about the absolute truth. Nothing else should be the goal of one's works. In this regard, very interesting, it stuck in my heart for since many years, that Kardamuni, when he had darshan of the Lord, he offered prayers to the Lord. Right? Then he says, Hatamedaste, one whose intelligence is stolen, such people who are like animals, they worship you for material desires. For material desires. So it is, which is available even for cats and dogs. And in the next verse, Kardamuni asks, my dear Lord, give me a good wife. Right? So Prabhupada raised this question. In the previous verse, he was condemning people who are asking for fulfillment of material desires. Now in this verse, he is asking for fulfillment of desire of to have a beautiful wife. Why it is like that? From this we can understand that everybody is not eligible to immediately go back to Godhead. It's a process. Everybody, you just can't, sometimes you have to battle with your material desires. Right? So, khatam kar do, fulfill kar do, or, then, now you know the bitter truth. Right? Then fulfilling material desires. Then, anyway. The whole material life is about sense gratification. Different types of sense enjoyment. So, people, when Modi and Rahul Gandhi, they all come, for votes and all, because they promise you that we will fulfill your sense gratification, and then you give vote. So, when they are not fulfilled, then you change the government. Right? You reject that person, right? And then it's not that if you reject and then you bring the 10 years like up to 2014 Congress was there, right? Now maybe in future if they are not happy with Modi, again they will bring back Congress, but the same Congress, na? So up to 2014 the Congress which could not fulfill your sense gratification, again if you bring them back, do you think they will fulfill? No. Right? So in the political field, the leaders of men fight with one another to fulfill their personal sense gratification. The voters adore the so-called leaders only when they promise sense gratification. As soon as the voters are dissatisfied in their own sense gratification, they dethrone the leaders. The leaders must always disappoint the voters by not satisfying their senses. The same is applicable in all other fields. No one is serious about the problems of life. Even those who are on the path of salvation desire to become one with the absolute truth, and desire to the salvation desire is to become desire to commit spiritual suicide for sense gratification. But the Bhagavatam says that one should not live for sense gratification. We should know sense gratification is bad. Some people, they learn through experience. Some people, they learn by hearing. Right? How many of you want to learn by hearing? And how many of you want to learn by experience? How many of you want to learn by experience? Please raise your hands. Huh? Huh? So, intelligent person learns by hearing. You may feel shy to raise hands, but actually everybody falls in the category of first only. Right? Politically correct. No, you don't have to be politically correct. So, as long as we have this body, we need, that is why devotee, a grahastha, unless of course ananyas chintayantam, that Arjun Pandit level is a different thing. Otherwise, grahasthas, they should not neglect to earn money. Right? Renunciation is not meant for grahasthas. Because like in iskcon setup also, right? If you don't have money, you cannot go for yatras, right? You cannot have big programs and give feast to the devotees, right? Then if you don't have money, then you don't you will not, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, for grahasthas, this social recognition, prestige is very important, right? Like people respect if you are an achiever or anything, if you have money, if you are well situated. So for grahasthas, they should not neglect. So because as long as if you are a grahastha, you indulge some sense gratification, right? So as much is required, because as long as you have body needs sense gratification. Senses need satisfaction. So in this verse, it is said that kāmasya nendriya prītir lābho jīveteva yavata jīvasya tattva jiñāsa nārtho karma bihi. So you perform, you get in a sense gratification as much as it is required for the senses. Too much indulgence is not good. You can aspire to go to Mayapur, not to Switzerland or Bali. Everybody cannot go. Right? क्या? Yeah, Switzerland का feeling आ रहा है. कम हुआ? एसी कम हुआ? There is a class. Next class is there? Huh? That is why I don't so much recommend devotees quitting their jobs and keeping money. I have seen practically devotees struggle because inflation rises, then whatever money you kept in deposit has no value. Right? Then you lived some standard of life. Then you quit and then you want to do some service and all. Then you have to calculate. Every year I can't go to Vrindavan now. This like if suppose if you go to then people they enjoy eating pizzas and all that, right? So that kind of sense gratification we devotees want, right? We also want. Right? Previously, Mayapur trip means as soon as Guru Puja starts, they start selling pizzas. ऐसा लगता है कि बॉम्बे में पिज्जा मिलता ही नहीं. पिज्जा खाया अरे क्या है पिज्जा खाया. सुबह सुबह गुरु पूजा छोड़ के. Right? So of course now I am a rich brahmachari, but during that time we used to get 4,000-5,000 rupees. उसी में से क्या काउंट करो कितना अभी रूम का रेंट कितना देना है, प्रसाद का बिल कितना है, और पिज्ज़ा खा सकता है कि नहीं. अभी ठीक है, राशन once in 2 days we can eat pizza. Like that. Anyway, so that is as much as required we should give sense gratification, especially for grihasthas, right? For brahmacharis also, Prabhupada said only sense gratification devotees get, brahmacharis and sannyasis they get is very nice prasadam. Right? Prabhupada told Bhakti Charma, make sure that devotees get very nice prasadam. For us, that is the sense gratification, right? So whatever is required, for but as that much only. If it is too much sense gratification, then you will forget Krishna. Right? Somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, you are not this body, you are saying you are the soul, but why do you restrain people from illicit sex and all? Prabhupada replied that even though the soul is different from the body, but the soul is thinking, I have done it, I am enjoying. So that way, by doing that, soul's consciousness becomes contaminated, even though they are material activities. So, the moral of this shloka is that you don't waste time, acquiring so much money for sense gratification. You get as much sense gratification as it is required for the upkeep of the body, because as long as you have this body, you need some sense gratification, right? Otherwise, the goal of life should not be sense gratification, right? Vadanti tat tattvavidas. This shloka, next shloka, text number 11. Vadanti tat tattvavidas tattvam ya jnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavan iti shabdyate. Learned transcendentalists who know the absolute truth call this non-dual substance Brahman, Paramatma or Bhagavan. Prabhupada quoted this verse innumerable times. Innumerable times. You know why? Because in this is the establishes tattva of Krishna tattva, that the same supreme Brahman, he is known as to impersonalists as Brahman, for yogis as Paramatma, for devotees as Bhagavan. Okay? Bilvamangal Thakur is singing that oh yogis and jnanis, you are searching for Brahman, in the Aranya. Another meaning of Aranya, one meaning of Aranya is forest. Another meaning of Aranya is Upanishads. Right? So he's saying that usually the sages and yogis and all, they go to forest. And these jnanis, they study Upanishads, Aranyakas. Oh, yogis and jnanis and all, you are actually searching for that Brahman in the Aranya. That means for some people it means in the forest, some people it means Upanishads. Then he said, you will not find him. You will not find Brahman in a Aranya. Why? Because he is bound to a mortar in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. Right? Bilamangal Thakur, he says. So Bhagavan is the ultimate truth. Just like Prabhupada gave this example. Suppose you are standing on a railway station. Right? Railway station. And then the son asks you, Prabha, what is train? Right? Oh, train means light. Because light is, train is coming. The only light is seen. Right? Train means light. Another set, father, another son is asking, Papa, what is train? So that train, he says, train means light and the bogies. Right? And then again, the train comes and stops in the platform. Papa, what is train? Train means light, the bogie and the person. The persons in the bogie. Right? That is the complete understanding of train. In the same way, Prabhupada says, some people who do not know the complete truth, they see the light, that effulgence that is coming from the body of the Lord Krishna. They think that that is absolute truth, because that's what they see. Naham prakash sarvasya yogamaya samavrita. So that is why, what is that verse? No. In Ishopanishad, Hiranmayena patrena. So please remove the curtain of effulgence, yogamaya, so that I can have darshan of you. So for Brahmavadis, Krishna is what is the difference between, you can have a discussion. What is the difference between Mayavadi and Brahmavadi? 5 minutes. You can have a discussion amongst you, two people. Okay? Done? Mike then, Mike. Who will bell the cat first? What's your name? Mandar. Bolo.
Hare Krishna.
I
think Mayavadi is a person who don't believe that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They believe that maybe this universe is being created or maybe done by other than Krishna. They don't believe Krishna.
No, it's not true. Anybody? Anyone else?
They can raise their hands.
Yeah, please raise your hand. Bharti.
Mayavadi is one who does everything for his own self, for his own sense of gratification. Whereas Brahmavadi is one who does everything for Krishna.
No.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. This is just a case. Mayavadi worship Maya. In the sense that they are into materialistic activities. Brahmavadi, they are more towards going of the Brahma, spiritual activities. But that doesn't mean it's a devotional activity.
Anybody? Shivangi.
Brahmavadis, they believe in the mind. Brahmavadis, they believe in the Brahman impulses and merging into the Brahman is the ultimate for them. And Mayavadis, they consider Krishna's body is made of matter, that is the greatest of forms. And Krishna doesn't have forms, some Mayavadi personalists they consider that. There are many Mayavadis have different these things. Some consider Krishna's body is made of matter. Some consider Krishna doesn't have body, or they don't believe in their Satchidananda form of Krishna, like that.
Yeah, very good. Avyaktam vyaktimāpannam manyate māma buddhaya. So, they think that absolute truth is impersonal. When he comes to take incarnation, he takes the body in the mode of goodness. He is a Mayavadi. So, Mayavadi, Krishna aparadhi. He is an offender at the lotus feet of Krishna. Brahmavadi, he doesn't say that Krishna's body is material or anything. He just doesn't bother. He is only concerned that absolute truth is impersonal. He wants to merge with the Brahmajyoti. Krishna fulfills the desire. Brahmavadi, they are not offenders at the lotus feet of Krishna. But Mayavadi is a Krishna, Mayavadi, Krishna Paradi. Right? Mayavadi Bhashya Sunile, Haila Sarvanash. So, right? Mahaprabhu said, if you read Shankaracharya's commentary on Vedanta Sutra, you will become क्या होगा? सर्वनाश हो जाएगा. क्या? Mayavadi Bhashya Sunile Hoila Sarvanash. Right? And very important. So Prabhupada said, even if a Mahabhagavat associates with a Mayavadi, he will fall down. Right? So don't be misled by these philosophers. Like Vasishtha, the Kumaras and all, they were Brahmavadis. Kumaras, they are Brahmavadis. They were impersonal truth, impersonal Brahma, they are, So when they visited Vaikuntha, they got the fragrance of Tulsi from the lotus feet of Lord Narayana, and immediately they became devotees. And in the same way, Sukadeva Goswami, he is a Brahmavadi. Then when he heard Krishna's pastimes, he became a devotee. But we don't see Mayavadis becoming devotees. Why? Because they keep on offending Krishna by saying that. So there, this Brahman realization, who gets? Brahmavadis, not Mayavadis. And then Paramatmavadis. What Paramatmavadis means? Yogis, who meditate on the. In second canto Bhagavatam, second chapter, there are description how to meditate. Kechit svadehantar hrudayavakashe pradesh matram purusham vashantam chaturbhujam kanja rathanga shanka gadadara dharanaya smaranti. These yogis, they meditate on the form of Lord Narayana as a super soul with four-handed form, which is measuring 12 inches. 12 inches or 8 inches? 8 inches. This is the length, this is the size of the Paramatma in our heart. So somebody, he is present in everybody's heart. Then he is present in the body of an ant also. So he is present according to the size of the ant. Ant ka kitna? Measure? Utna. Right? Like that. So there is a description. Prasanna vaktra nalinayate kshanam. Kadamba kinjal ka pisangavasasam. Lasan maharatna hiranmayangadam. Smaran maharatna kirita kundalam. Right? This is a description. This is how you should meditate on the super soul of the Lord. Right? Then somebody asked Prabhupada, when that Ishopanishad, that cover page, there is a painting. When Jadurani Mataji went and asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Swamiji, super soul is sitting and are sitting or standing in the heart. Then Prabhupada said, it will take lifetimes to find out. Then she became disappointed. Then Prabhupada said, no, he is standing. Right? So that is, so Prabhupada says that in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, first chapter, almost last verse, Saurabha Bhattacharya delivered in that chapter, Prabhupada writes, these Paramatmavadis are more unfortunate than these Mayavadis or Brahmavadis, because according to Patanjali Sutra, they understand that God is a person and then one should serve him, but still they want to merge with the body of Vishnu. They don't want to serve. Right? And then Bhagavan, right? We are all seeking absolute truth. Bhagavan means person, Krishna. So God is a person, right? So 99% of Indians, most of the people, they think that God is impersonal, right? Christians, Muslims, Sikhs, Buddhists, everybody thinks that God is impersonal. So only Vaishnavas, we accept that God is a person, but that is the highest truth. In the Vedas, Bhakti is considered confidential, right? That is why very little literature is there about Bhakti. Very little. Bhagavatam, Narada Panchavatrā, little bit portion of Padma Purana. Otherwise, mostly Vedas consist of mostly of Karma Kanda and mostly some Jnana Kanda, but very little about devotional service. That is also kept very secret, confidential. That is why 9th chapter, 2nd verse is Rajavidya, Rajguhyam, Pavitram, Idamuttamam, Pratyaksha, Vagamam Dharmyam, Susukam, Kartumavyayam. Right? There, Dharma means Krishna Prem. That's how it came, right? The commentary. in the verse, dharma means Krishna prema. Right? Rajavidya. It is the master, king of knowledge. And then it is Rajaguhyam, most confidential. And then Pavitram. It is, and Idam Uttamam. Prasad leke jaiye, Mataji. Sit for 5 minutes. हो गया, class हो गया. Pavitram, purifying, pure. And then Uttamam. Uttamam means? Uttama. Uttama means beyond Tama. Beyond darkness. And then Pratyaksha, right? Bhagavan Dharma. So all of us, we are, some of you are, I am practicing for last 31 years. Some of you are practicing for 25 years, right? Some are 20 years. Why? Because we are seeing something, right? We are getting some experience, right? The scientists, they want to prove everything, objectively and all. But I may not be able to prove anything objectively. I cannot. But I know I had some experiences, personal experiences, so which makes me completely believe that Krishna exists. Bhagavatam is, correct. These leelas are very wonderful. All this experience we have, right? Once Prabhupada was in Kumbh Mela, Allahabad Kumbh Mela, then he was discussing why, if somebody asks why you should chant Hare Krishna, what will you tell? So Gurudas Prabhu and all, they were there. And then Prabhupada, they said, Prabhupada, because you said. No. They say, I'm an old man. Because Krishna said, why should you read Bhagavad Gita, or why should you chant Hare Krishna? Then, like that, various people are saying. Then Prabhupada said, no. When you chant Hare Krishna, you get some you experience some pleasure, ananda. That's why Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Right? So again, in Mumbai, again on the Juhu beach, again the same conversation. Prabhupada said, why you should accept Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then Gurudas Prabhu was there. When he said, Prabhupada, because when I chant Hare Krishna, I get for some experience, some ananda. That's why Krishna. No, that is your personal experience. Then, because it is said in Bhagavad Gita, we should accept Krishna as a. So both are correct. Both are correct. So Krishna, we experience happiness, right? We experience pleasure when we take darshan of Radha Rasbihari. Right? We are not fools, right? We experience. The experience matter like that. So Pratyaksha Bhagavan Dharmyam. Susukam Kartum Avyayam. Right? And it is easy to practice. Right? Who doesn't want to see our Ravi? He will take nice prasad now. Right? Who doesn't want to take nice prasad? Very slowly, right? He enjoy, right? That's how one should take prasad. One should not eat. One should not speak and all. Very slowly. Prabhupada would enjoy prasad. Very appreciating. So wonderful, so wonderful, so wonderful. Ek bite, devotees enjoy. Right? Like that. So you can chant and dance, who doesn't want to dance? Right? So very wonderful darshans, very wonderful festivals. Susukam Kartum Avyayam. Prabhupada writes in, I think 4th canto or 6th, 7th canto. Devotees enjoy their sense gratification. They get enjoyment not by indulging in sex life or alcohol drinking or partying. Right? Devotees enjoy by doing, programs, festivals, abhishek, and, invite devotees, have kirtan, have nice lecture, then, deity, worship and all the festivals. This is how devotees enjoy. All right? Then taking very nice prasadam. Right? Without prasadam, program is failure, right? Right? Prasadam. हाँ कोई आएगा ही नहीं. Like our Sanjay was, many times I told. Sanjay used to go to Powai, Chinmayananda machine. He would teach some Bhagavad Gita, Ananda, I am this, I am God, I am this, I am that. It's all, when you go to ask and attend any of this lecture, very nice lecture he gave. What did he speak? Oh, very nicely. But what did he speak? Like that it happened, like that. But they used to give some biscuits and chai, which is anyway. Right? Then somehow or other I met him in the temple. Then I used to have program in Prabhupada quarters that time. Right? I myself became a devotee, by prasadam. So I all the time, I would give very nice prasadam. I always get sponsors. So very nice prasadam. And then he was thinking, he is not interested in philosophy only. So, Prabhuji, आज क्या मेनू है? Okay. आज रसगुल्ला है. Right? रसगुल्ला आज हलवा है. Right? So, Susukam Kartum Avyayam. So this Bhagavan worship is the best, and then Krishna is very wonderful. Krishna is so beautiful, and then Krishna's pastimes are so wonderful. Right? It's not, there is no dry, sit and meditate and all that. Right? So that's how we should understand this verse. Okay? Any questions, comments?
When in chapter 2, so when in chapter 2, when Prabhupada actually explains the shloka, he also takes the Dharma sun and the sun.
Yeah, sun.
And the
Sun globe and the sun itself.
Yeah. So, don't keep it alive. I have to put it this way only, Prabhuji. If I keep it, yeah. So we can say this way, that the Kiran which is there, they think it is Maya. So they also say that we are God, like I am God, you are God, the Maya is. But when Krishna actually comes, they think he is not God. And Prabhupada says in 9.11 also, āpavargyasya mahamoda, he says, fools deride me when I come into human form. So to change their mentality, it is very difficult. But the Brahma form, which we are looking at the effulgence of God, they can be converted into pure devotees. But they think it's the void. But even if they think it's the void, sometime or the other they will come up in life. And Prabhuji, one question I wanted to ask is, you said that if we lament, then it's very difficult to get Krishna. If we lament. Prabhuji, then you gave the udharana of Gautama Muni that he desired for devotee. And after he desired for devotee came. And in the third canto, the entire chapter is devotee's lamentation. In the third canto, there is an entire chapter of devotee's lamentation, and then there is a series of chapters wherein there's a lot of,
See,
and then she gets Kapila Muni.
that lamentation is required, na? Unless that lamentation is spiritual lamentation, just like Arjuna shok, from shok se jnana aaya.
Yes.
So when you because Arjuna Vishada Yoga, it is called, it's called Arjuna Vishada Yoga. So from Vishada, Vishaya Jnana has come. Vijnana has come. Yeah. So like that, but lamentation for material things is not good. But lamentation in front of Krishna, it will lead to Vijnana. You lament, but you lament in front of Krishna. It will be very good. Hare Krishna. Today our Rajesh Chandra Deshpande sponsoring Prasadam is their marriage anniversary. Kitna? 19. Next week Sushil ka hai. They are celebrating 25 years. But you are there next Sunday? Yes. Are we coming back? Huh? Huh? Sunday night. So there is a lecture? Huh? I am also coming, no? Lecture is there next. So next to next Sunday, huh? Sushil ka, huh? Kya? Question?
What question?
Yeah.
You said the Paramatma is 8 inches long, is residing in our hearts. How do I feel his presence?
अभी नहीं है ना. You will not have presence. अभी Krishna है ना. Krishna is now. Abhi Krishna is displaced Paramatma. When you hear Bhagavatam, abhi Krishna aa gaya. Abhi
I can't feel his presence.
you don't have to. He is there.
But will you got faith and how we can be?
What is it?
Faith and how we can be?
Faith means simply by worshipping Krishna, I will get perfection. That is called faith. You will get faith by associating with devotees, like-minded devotees, by coming to the temple. Okay? So Prasadam is in the Vrindavan hall. Okay? So some newcomers, please give your number. Who is taking? Huh? Shivasagar Prabhu.
Is there? If anybody has come newly, please give your contact numbers here. We have WhatsApp group. We'll add there. We'll get notifications. Hare Krishna. So we thank His Grace Swami Prabhu for his valuable time by chanting 3 times Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna. Hare